Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another reaction video. In this reaction video, we are reacting to the gamer update. The title of this video is Gaming Community Wants Games to Fail. Let's hop in, let's react, let's see what's going on.
We've done it again, folks. We've had a talking point out there talked about by many streamers. FaZe Jev was the first one to bring up this point. Nadeshot then agreeing with him. The state of the gaming community out there, which means all of you guys, and apparently people wanting games to fail. Last time we talked about this, people talked about games like XDefiant, which is frequently brought up as a game that people really hated on. Also Shroud's game, which unfortunately recently did fail. It's lost funding. Mountaintop Studios has now also closed. They spent an immaculate amount of money on that game, which also did not last, and people also hated on that game and seemingly wanted it to die.
There's something weird that has happened in the gaming community. I'm serious too when I say this. For some reason, everybody in the gaming community wants games to fail. It's very bizarre. Like, the whole thing with XDefiant is still like stumps me to this day. People complain about not having enough games to play, but when new games come out, even before they have played it, they're like, that game sucks, I'm not going to play it.
Games like Splitgate 2 have also been a common talking point of this. It is now Tim the Tatman adding on to the discussion, also referencing games like Call of Duty that people now frequently want to or desire to actually fail, which I think there's a vein of truth in that for a variety of reasons, and also mentioning XDefiant. But Tim goes off in the gaming community and says, this is not a good thing. People nowadays, they want games to fail. Do you guys agree or disagree?
Or they want Call of Duty to fail. I don't know. Dude, I'll say, maybe this is just the gaming community in general. A lot of people seem to want things to fail, which, just to be clear, I don't think that's good, like, for the gaming community, right? I'll give an example here, man. When XDefiant canceled, right, and they shut down, I saw people being like, yeah, dude, saw that coming. Yeah, man. They didn't have a chance, bro. You know, thank God XDefiant's got, like, I don't know where there's become this, like, I don't know what the word I would use is. Almost like a desire for games to fail. Literally, you know? And so I don't know why people want Call of Duty to fail. To be clear, Call of Duty is one of my favorite games ever created. And I loved playing Call of Duty back in the day when I was younger. And I loved Verdansk when it came around. And it's kind of sad to see it, what's the word I would use? Like, not clinging. I wouldn't say they're clinging to try to stay on here, but struggling to maintain the player base that they've had for years, right?
People feel like Black Ops 6 is just like all of the other Call of Duty games that keep coming out before. Eventually people started to complain that, bro, Black Ops 6 is just like the other ones. Like, bro, like, give us something new already. I don't know if it's the gaming community in its entirety that wants video games to fail. I just think that maybe there's a significant amount of people who are solely looking after, like, instant gratification. They're looking for video games to pop, just like when the first Descendant came out. I just think that people are looking for games to just be hot, you know, all the time. But unfortunately, that's not always the case. And then on top of that, you have people who may be beating video games way too fast, like completing video games way too fast. And you're really not going to enjoy a game once you just completely knock it out of the water, because what's going to happen is now you have nothing else to play.
So I don't know why there's a lot of people that seem to, like, be gassing up like, oh, dude, Verdansk is not going to save COD. It's not. Which, for the record, me going into this, I don't think Verdansk is going to save Call of Duty unless, save being a strong word there, unless there are changes, better changes in a different direction. Like, in my opinion, they can't just throw Verdansk back in the mix here that we played 4 years ago. Be like, oh, there's Verdansk. Now come play the new iteration of Warzone. Iteration? That's the right word?
And I think to keep this short, sweet, and simple, there are certainly reasons why some people do want some of these games to fail. If I pick on Call of Duty, I think it's probably the most obvious. You know, it's a game that each and every year they charge you a ridiculous amount of money for. And then, of course, they flood a lot of microtransactions, and they still have some core issues. You know, cheating being a gigantic issue. They also wait to release certain modes, such as ranked, to kind of keep player retention alive. And it hasn't been what it once was for quite some time, at least for me. Although we do have peaks and valleys when it comes to Call of Duties, it is a very easy game to want to fail and to hate on, because we also know it's never going to fail. Like, I hate on Call of Duty fully knowing it's going to be here 10 years from now. When it comes to other games out there, though, my explanation would be, welcome to the internet. Welcome to TikTok and Twitter, and just everyone's online right now, and more so than they were back in the day when I was coming home from school and playing MW2. And if I could have hated on the game, but there was no outlet to do so. What, MySpace? Nowadays, everyone is online. Everyone is on the internet, and it's so easy to hate on games because we have the pick of the litter, because there are some good games out there, but there's a lot of games that don't meet a lot of expectations for a lot of people. So I think we are always going to be in this cycle now of seeing a lot of hate for games, and the good ones will stand out, hopefully, and the ones that eventually don't last, they're going to keep getting hate. And once they do go a bust, like X Defiant, right, or Shroud's game, I can't even remember the name of the game. That's how unfortunate it was. Then that will validate the hatred, and we have this never-ending freaking cycle. That's just my thought, top of mind on all of this. But Tim the Tatman agreeing with FaZe Jev and Nadeshot and all the people out there saying that people nowadays, they desire and they enjoy watching games fail. What do you guys think about all of this? Obviously, it's a very nuanced discussion. There's so many reasons why people will leave a comment online nowadays, so we'll never know exactly. But for some of the general masses, I think they all kind of fit into different boxes, right? And then there's us, all right? We're very positive people. We play games like Halo and Smite, so we have to be positive, and that's also reason to hate on other games, because they have what my games never will, all right? Till next time, take care of yourselves. Hope you guys all enjoy. I do want to say a quick sorry for being a bit absent on this channel. It's been a little kind of slow in the news and the streaming world and the esports world, and I only want to cover things and topics that I actually enjoy talking about. So I hope you guys don't mind. I'm still trying to be active. I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see you back here sometime soon. Take care, y'all.
Well, guys, as you can see, that was the reaction video for today. I just want to touch back on what Jake was saying. And after reacting to so many of the gamer updates videos, I finally know his name. When Helldivers 2 came out with that update where you had to connect your PSN account to it, a lot of people started to review ban the game, and it drastically dropped the reviews for Helldivers 2. And then I think eventually they patched it. And that's, if I am correct in stating that Helldivers 2 was the game where that occurred. Is that the same thing as people wanting video games to fail just for the sake of having them flop for no reason? I don't know. It might just be people nitpicking and just fishing for things that they just don't like in video games, and then just saying, oh, well, I hope that this game doesn't do well, because I just don't like it. I don't like this game, and because I don't like it, I think that other people shouldn't like it, and the developers are stupid for making the game. And it's like, there was a lot of time and energy that is involved in making video games. And I just think that maybe right now we are in like this realm where people are just after instant gratification. They're waiting for a video game to drop, and they're waiting for the video game to be popular and hot all day, every day. And I just think that, if people want a video game to be perfect, then, they're already going in it with a mindset that's doomed to fail. I can only imagine when Doom the Dark Ages dropped, and then, because I know that game is one of those highly anticipated games. And one thing that I noticed is, with video games that are highly anticipated, people really enjoy it, but you always have that one person that wants to nitpick at something with the game. And then we all know that negativity spreads like wildfire. All it takes is for one person to like post a video and say, oh, this game is trash, I don't like this, I don't like that, instead of just enjoying video games for what they are. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys appreciated this reaction video. If you did, consider dropping a comment, like the video, let me know how you feeling, and then we will see you guys in the next reaction video. Take care.